We need energy infrastructure to build the right kind of energy plan for this country. And that's a real challenge. I'd sponsored the Keystone XL pipeline legislation, which we passed in the Senate with well more than 60 votes. The President has vetoed that legislation and held a decision up for 6 years. So talk for just a minute about how we can build the kind of energy plan that we need for this country. How are we stimulating that investment in North Dakota, and how can we generate that investment? And again, it's private investment building a lot of this infrastructure. How do we get this infrastructure going? What are you doing in North Dakota? What can we do nationally?
Thank you, Senator, for the question. I guess to dovetail a little bit, Senator Murkowski had my question to me about the NEPA process and expediting that. That's a big piece of it. On the pipelines particularly, in North Dakota, we've held numerous hearings on pipeline infrastructure. We've held the hearings. We've approved the projects. There's border crossings from North Dakota to Canada that are being held up by the current administration. And one thing that we've got to have the pipelines be able to move the product from North Dakota to other parts of the country, whether it's crude, whether it's natural gas. And we're able to do the work right now in the state, but it's very frustrating when we don't have the approval to move it outside of our borders. It's not only Canada. We have some challenges in Minnesota, quite honestly, and South Dakota, and that's just the way it works. But anything that we can do to get the pipelines built, pipelines are by far the safest way, the most efficient way to move a product. Until we get the pipeline infrastructure built, we're going to have stress on our roads from trucks and safety concerns. We've seen rail concerns because of capacity. The pipelines are absolutely critical to be built, and that's where it's very frustrating. I think that one of my colleagues down the way talked about the will. You have to have states that have the will to build the infrastructure, and they have to truly believe it's good for the nation, and that's where I think it comes down to get the data, make the decision, and move it forward.
So the issue is delay, right? I think you've made that point clearly, as have others, is that, in many cases, this is private investment, billions of dollars, vital energy infrastructure we need, move product more cost effectively and more safely, and the problem is delay on the part of the federal government, right? So legislation that we're putting forward, like my North American Energy Infrastructure Act, Keystone legislation, the legislation Senator Barrasso, our chairman, of all this legislation that has been brought up today, that's designed to cut through this delay, and that would make a significant difference, in your opinion, in terms of both moving energy more safely and more cost effectively?
Yes, Senator, I believe that is the case, and I would even add that in North Dakota we work with the companies, and if we've got a concern about a certain river crossing or certain safety concerns, we'll ask the company extra shutoff valves and increase their emergency response plans, and they always do it. And so when these agencies are causing the delay, if there's something they don't like, they need to say what the companies need to do to fix it. We don't automatically approve things. We bring out the concerns and they address them.
So one issue is delay, and that's a huge issue which we need to cut through. The other is duplication, and what I want to bring up as an example is the fracking rules. Talk about the fracking rules in North Dakota, and now the Department of Interior has come with a whole federal regime on fracking. So now the energy producer faces duplicate regulation. Wouldn't it make sense to have just one regulator, have the state be a primary regulator, and if they're covering the issues as far as safety and transparency, wouldn't it make more sense to have one rather than duplicate that regulation?
Absolutely, Senator. North Dakota was a leader in setting up fracking rules. We also were a leader in putting up CO2 storage and pore spaces. We've done the things we need to do in the state, and we've created the certainty in the state where people need to do things. And when the federal government comes out with additional layers that contradict the states, that's not the way this is designed. I talked in my testimony about states' rights and about we have to do things as a state. That's the way it should be, and I agree with you, Senator.
You said a very important term there, certainty. So we can get billions invested, a growing economy, and job creation by giving certainty to industry so they can make that investment. So that's what you mean when you say certainty, right?
Absolutely, Senator. And it's not only the company's certainty, it's the ratepayers and those that use the products. They should be able to know that the price of gas is going to stay in a certain range. They should be able to know their electricity costs are not going to spike. We've got these projects to get held up. We have a growing need for power in North Dakota. The country always needs more energy. So it's not just a certainty for the investors, it's a certainty for ratepayers.
and also protects for ratepayers and customers in terms of, again, talk about the hydraulic fracturing. I mean, you require transparency. You require that they use frac focus. You require that they have integrity in their wells and the cement seals and all those things. The very same things now that the Department of Interior is calling for in their regulation. Isn't that the case?
That is absolutely correct, Senator. The state continues to do a good job, and our biggest threat is not anything other than the federal government in our energy development.
Thank you for, again, to all of you, thank you for being here.